The Closing Time Podcast is back, sponsored by Rocky Hill Accountants. I'm Joe Aguirre. I'll have a brand new co-host, Sanam Salati, who's my broker, my mentor, and my good friend, and one of the most knowledgeable people in Connecticut in the entire real estate industry. We're going to be talking about the latest goings-on. We'll keep you up to date on the market, and we're going to bring on some really great guests all throughout this season, people in all different fields in the industry, like accountants, home inspectors, mortgage reps, and so much more, just to give you a better understanding of the Connecticut real estate market. We're so excited for a brand new season of the Closing Time Podcast, part of the CMG Podcast Network. It's sponsored by Rocky Hill Accountants. Go see Heidi and Glenn Parchman to file your taxes for bookkeeping, business advice, real estate investments, or whatever your accounting needs are, including cryptocurrency. Just visit RockyHillAccountants.com. We'll see you all season long on the Closing Time Podcast.
Welcome to Ivy League Murders. On this podcast, we focus on cases affiliated with the Ivy League, exploring the darker side of higher education. What happens when genius becomes evil? My name is Sarah Alcorn. I'm a Harvard graduate, and I've been a private investigator since 1999. Join me and longtime crime diva Laura McDonald for Ivy League Murders.
What's up, Frank?
Yeah, you know what?
I apologize for my co-host.
Yeah, hey, look at that. Let's see. Yeah, Ovi, I know you haven't forgotten my intro. It's okay. I know that. Eventually, it'll come out. Ovi, I haven't forgotten your shirt. Don't worry. You know. But guys, you know what? This is show number 13.
Yeah.
You know, lucky number 13. What could we say about that, right?
Ah, man, I'm beginning to feel it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Hey, it's Friday. You know where we're at.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in my living room. We have a packed show today.
Yeah, we do. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I don't think I've ever been this tired. I am exhausted. It's been a hell of a week. I had a lot of big projects at work. I got a lot. You know, this whole real estate thing is taking a toll on me a little bit, just because nerves. But I'm beat. I was doing my best, the best I could with research, and as much as I tried to find the news for us to talk about, I think I just got bored and tired of what I kept reading, because no matter what problem seems to be showing up on the screen, they're just vomiting race all over it now. It's just getting annoying. But whatever, man. We've had it's been a hell of a week. There's been a lot of tragedies and stuff, and I guess we'll break some of that down. So what do you have in store for us, Maestro Cuesta?
Well, I'm going to start off with COVID, that Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
Yeah.
You know,
all right.
I've been very adamant that I'm going to get the COVID shot. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not listening to what anybody else would sit there and tell me, hey, think about it. You know, it hasn't been around long. There hasn't been a lot of testing. You know, maybe it might not be a good thing. But, after that Johnson & Johnson fiasco that we've seen,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, granted, it's not a lot of people.
No.
I mean, it's only happened to women. I think it's been a total of 6. One of them. 6 out of a lot. I don't have the total number, but it's 6 out of a lot. Let's
all right.
put it like that. And the blood clots happened between women of 18 to 48 years old. One of them has died. And then there's another that's severely in the hospital still. That kind of puts me in a thing of, do I really want to take this?
Look, vaccines are exactly what? An injection of a virus, right? I mean, just by understanding that, the chances of things happening are going to happen. I don't know the exact number of how many people have received the J&J vaccine, but I think this time the administration overreacted on pausing it and sending people into a panic. And now you have people doubting it again and, oh, maybe we shouldn't. And I mean, you can bring up a bunch of other vaccines and there's going to be cases of people that have had adverse reactions, so I think this time it was a giant overreaction on the part of the administration, because once they said pause it, then everyone starts to like raise eyebrows and they're like, oh no, what's going on? You create doubt, you want people to get the vaccine, period.
Okay, that's fine. I get that. But do you also, by them saying pause it, yeah, it puts doubt in everybody's mind. I get it. But it's better to have it right than get it wrong.
Sure, but by removing one vaccine, you delay a bunch of people from getting it. Because, depending on the place you go, certain places have, Pfizer. Another place might have Moderna. Some places might have J&J. So you've removed access to a ton of people who were getting ready to get their shot. And 6 out of Lord knows how many. And we're going to panic like that. If you tell me that like every week there's like 100 people, then yeah, there's a serious problem. 6? Nah, I don't know, man. Again, even with more tried and true vaccines like flu vaccines, people have reactions sometimes. Did they bring it back though, or I don't remember?
No, not yet. No, they haven't been brought back yet. I think they're still doing.
Not yet.
I think they're doing some type of testings. I did see where they said, "Hey guys, don't let it jog your mind. Don't let it change."
Yeah, was that the put out the fire? Bro,
right.
Listen, hey, relax, everybody. We don't mean to panic you. Yeah. That's when it's too late already. Hopefully they bring it back.
Look, the CDC says that, and it's Dr. Ann Schuin. She's the deputy director of the CDC. In a joint statement, she says, right now, the adverse events appear to be extremely rare.
Yeah.
Right. So, I do get that. But me being me, so it's kind of like, I don't know about it anymore. Pfizer made Viagra. Can't go wrong with that. Carlos, my brother. I guess.
Carlos has always got his mind in the right place. You gotta love it. So I think they overreacted, Frank. I don't think they should have stopped. If it became a much more frequent issue, then by all means pause it and have J&J look it over and retest and do what they need to do to bring it back to circulation. But 6, no, I don't think it was worth the pause, and I don't think it was worth the panic. Who knows? Not just removing access from people who are getting ready to take the shot. Then you start freaking out the people who just took it too. This was boneheaded. It was boneheaded.
Well, yeah. Look, again, how do I put it? I don't like taking shots. I don't even like drinking pills. All right. So I was like, all right, I want to do the J&J vaccine. Not anymore. But I also don't want to take 2 shots, let alone,
No, I know. It's definitely the most convenient. And for that, I think honestly, they should have just left it alone. 6 is maybe it was a batch. It could have just been 6 from that particular batch. I don't know. I'm just gonna I'm gonna roll with that. I think 6 is not enough to cause that kind of doubt, chaos, and then of course, like you said, they came out with a statement because they knew they blew it. They knew that they had created all kinds of doubt and anger about it, and so they had to come out with like, please don't panic and all that crap. No, they shouldn't have done it. So
Well,
I'd like to know when it comes back because I don't feel like getting 2 shots.
yeah, I mean, my brother just put up a good point. They might have been on birth control. I believe they were all women. Yes, Carlos, they were all women. And Ovi, yes, you're right. I was given many shots in the military. I hated every single shot they gave us. Just for the record. All right.
Please elaborate, Frank. What did you take? What did they do to you in the military?
I could honestly just sit here and tell you that my first couple days, I remember I left actually the first night. I left Miami, made it to Atlanta, got put on the bus to Columbus, Georgia. Got there.
Like the movies?
Yeah. We got there.
Wow.
I don't remember if I went to sleep or if I stayed up all night. I don't remember that part of it. But I can tell you that I think it might have been maybe 1 day, tops 2 days. You go, they shaved your head. Then you just started getting shots on each arm. You're literally
put into your body. You have no idea.
You were literally just walking. It's bah, 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 bah.
Oh man, you mean like the perfume section at the mall?
Pretty much.
Spraying you in the face. Smell this.
Yeah. It was one of those. So you posted on our beautiful spreadsheet here what's called "What Happened to Leading from the Center."
Yes. So I made a prediction, didn't I? I made a prediction about our wonderful, dear, sweet leader, the centrist that Biden is, and I said he's going to pack the courts. Watch, and what was I told? You remember? Nah, it's not going to happen. That's all hype. It's not going to. Okay, well, here we are. Now they're trying to pass legislation. It doesn't take a genius to see this bullshit coming. But some people want to bury their head in the sand like a bunch of ostriches, even though I don't think they do that. But whatever, you get the point, and pretend like none of this is going to happen. It's crap. I said it from day one they were going to try to do this.
Well, I mean, I think
so. Now they're pushing resolutions to try to change the voting system from a federal standpoint, which is nuts. And yeah, now they want to start talking about adding 4 more justices conveniently, so they can just simply have the majority, a 7-6 majority. So they have absolutely no barriers to pass anything and do whatever they want. It's a power grab. It's one party control. And I know there's a name for that. I just can't remember. It'll come back to me, I promise.
I don't know. I completely
called it.
I think they should leave it at 9. I mean, I know it wasn't always 9.
No, it has changed, but I think since 1869, Frank, since I think it's 1869, it's been 9. And I know FDR tried it because he was a spoiled brat and he wanted his way and whatnot. The same thing. All it is parties and presidents who know they can't get their way with some crazy radical ideas. They start foaming at the mouth, trying to add judges so they can have their way. And here we are again. And I believe, if I recall, this conversation came up during that trial episode when you had me in that cage with 2 angry liberals, right?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, don't play dumb.
What you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. I never put you in a cage.
No. Yeah, we're here to say hi and talk about our show.
Hey, listen. Hey, look, you know what? You did a great job there.
But I did bring it up. I brought it up. I pulled up an article. I even showed a tweet where it said they were going to try to do it. And what was I told? Not going to happen, Carlos. Not going to happen. Here we are. There's an article. They're trying to pass legislation now. So it's going to continue. I mean, you can sit there and tinfoil me till the cows come home, but I called it and it's happening. And there's more to come. Don't worry about it. But
yeah,
I'll keep wearing the crazy hat. You're the smart one.
Damn.
You're the smart one, bro.
Yeah, Thanks. Very kind of you.
Sorry, man. So I mean, and honestly, I think it's messed up. Because what happens now, Frank? Let's say they lose power in 22 and then 24. and all these 13 judges are alive. Screw that. I want power back. Let's add another 4. Before you know it, the Supreme Court's going to end up being as big as the Senate. And here's the problem. Here's the problem, though. If you're going to add 4 judges, here's the main issue. The Supreme Court, Frank, as we know, is supposed to be the one branch where there should be no politics. There should be no politicizing. That is the place where whatever party is passing some crazy ass idea, if it needs to be challenged, you're supposed to have 9 bodies look at it, make a decision, and say basically yay or nay. So when you're purposely going to add 4 more, it's because you're now adding 4 more people who think like you and agree with you, and it slowly becomes another political body. We lose that. It's almost like it's useless. It's dangerous, dude. It's dangerous. It should not be messed with. But when children don't get their way, this is what they do.
Right. You know, but hold on.
I'm holding. Still basking in my rightness.
So, anyways, so sorry about that. So, you know,
that's all right.
We're gonna start touching up on another topic here. I mean, I do think that before we jump into our next topic,
I agree, Carlos. Mm-hmm.
I'll predict this: Biden will step down, then he'll get.
Listen, his condition is getting worse. I mean, to hear that man talk in public is downright terrifying. And
dude, he stutters. He stutters.
It's not even that he stutters, Frank. Listen, I
stutter.
As a person who supported Trump, I think I've made it clear that I don't care about how politicians talk. I can honestly concede that Trump was terrible at talking. All right. But even before him and, all the car salesmen before them, at least they did their best to address the press honestly, direct contact, answering questions, stuttering when they were getting, tough questions. I mean, the crap they're tossing at this old man is embarrassing. And then furthermore, he has cue cards. So I think it's pretty safe to say he already knows what he's going to get asked. And add to that, he's got a picture book of reporters with names on it. Like he doesn't know who he's talking to. Dude, whatever. But you know what? He doesn't tweet. Yay. Whatever, man. We're going to eat this. Go ahead.
So here we go. Let's get into a little bit of our nitty-gritty stuff here.
Uh-huh. This
one's going to be a long topic here. So
I'm sure
we have another Minnesota shooting in the middle of the George Floyd
court trial. Yeah.
I
mean, when it rains, it pours, huh?
Yeah, it does. But you see, let's see, what was this lady's name again?
Oh, Potter?
Was that her name?
The officer? Yeah, Potter. I think her name was Potter.
Potter. Okay. So, she thought that she pulled a taser.
The taser. Mm-hmm.
Which that's obviously was not the case.
Nope.
Nope. This guy lost his life because a 29-year veteran of the police department made a mistake.
Yeah.
Let me start by this. Okay. There's differences between tasers and there's a difference between guns. Okay.
Okay.
There's a difference in size. There's a difference in shape. Okay. Actually, the shape is they're similar in shape. We'll give it that much.
Okay. You know what? You're the weapons expert. I'm going to ride on your coattails here. Go ahead.
But they are different in weight. When you compare a taser and when you compare a loaded pistol or loaded, handgun. In this case, it was a Glock.
Right.
I mean, I have a Glock 19. She uses a 17. Mine's a little bit bigger. It's a little bit heavier.
Right.
But the weights, when you're talking about 2 to 3 pounds, and I believe the taser is like less than a pound.
Mm-hmm.
So you could tell.
Right.
So
right.
This lady fucked up.
No
Completely.
question. Right. No question about it.
Her training obviously did not take place, did not happen. She forgot her training, so I mean, to me, she just doesn't deserve to be on the force, which she's not.
She resigned. If I'm not mistaken, she resigned, and then she's been charged. So she took it upon herself to leave the force, and now I think she's got second-degree manslaughter,
which
to deal with in court.
Carlos, elaborate on that a minute.
She's a moron. The weight is way different. A cop with that many years should know how they pack their belt. Mm-hmm. Listen. So Frank, what's your take on it? I mean, we have a situation. See, most of the time when we have these police shootings, one of the things that does make people angry is the fact that the justice, the penalties, the punishment for the incident sometimes takes forever. Like you'll have cops on administrative leave still getting paid while they investigate, and that's always been looked at as a sleazy process. Because I mean, as the public, I don't blame the public for thinking that they're trying to come up with a way to clear the cop. Now, whether you think the cop was completely right or not is whatever. You decide that. But they're trying to cover for their colleague. In this case, though, I mean, she quit and she's already got a mugshot. This was quick. So
it wouldn't make any difference. Just like, I mean, I'm not sure if you know the laws in Florida, but I mean, I think you do. I'm not sure, but like right now, if I have my gun in my house,
I agree, Aussie. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm just letting our commenters know that we're reading. But go ahead.
So, I lost my frame of thought. Wow, I really hate when that happens.
Even after 30 years, nothing ever changes.
No, nothing changes. You know what it is, man. You know what it is. We went about a good four episodes, 4 weeks in. We're having guests. Oh,
now it's just you and me, and
now it's just you and I again, baby. So I lost my complete thought process.
Yeah.
On what
let me help you. Let me help
you. I got it.
Oh, okay,
I got it.
Yeah.
Simple. My gun is at my house. If anybody in my house gets my gun, a minor, let's say a minor in this case, gets my gun, and they shoot somebody with my gun,
right?
Guess who's liable?
Oh, you.
Me.
Yeah.
Me. Whether it was on purpose, whether it wasn't on purpose or not.
All right.
Okay.
So let me play devil's advocate, because I love to do that because it pisses people off. So again, we've established that this was a terrible accident, and she does need to pay. I mean, there's damages for when things like this happen. But Frank, it's I'm gonna say it this way. Number one, and this is the part nobody likes to talk about. None of this had to happen had he not resisted. He was in cuffs, getting ready to go, and I think they were getting ready to cuff him. Right, and he knew he had a warrant. He had a warrant, so he knew he was going to go for a while. He ran, caused the scene, and that's when you got cops panicking, and not to mention she's got 2 rookies that she was training at that very moment. And
Okay.
and so, here we are again. Another scene where you're resisting arrest and it goes bad.
Okay.
Now, in regards to the accident, let me ask you a question, Frank, because I mean, humans do this a lot more than you think. Have you ever drive a stick shift?
Of course.
You know how to drive a stick shift. You're a master at it, right?
Uh
You ever sat in an automatic and pressed a clutch that wasn't there?
huh.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
Of course.
Okay.
But you know what?
That is a very, it's a human thing. It happens. People, and especially now think about it. You're calmly sitting in a car that has an automatic transmission and you're pressing a clutch that isn't there. We're dealing with a police officer who's got two rookies to worry about. She's calmly putting cuffs on somebody who's now beginning to fight, form a scene, trying to get into the car and drive off. So first of all, she has to worry about someone who's trying to escape, possibly someone who's going to turn around and use the car as a weapon itself. These are all things that are probably running through her mind. And so she's going to try to do what she can to sedate the situation by tasing the kid, grabs the wrong weapon, human error, shoots him. Mind you,
Okay.
I truly feel this was an accident for a couple reasons. Number one, she was aiming at his leg. That's like standard tasing location. And two, I don't think in many of the like police brutality footages that we've seen, have I ever seen a cop like just openly admit the minute the trigger goes off, holy crap, I shot him. Like, whoops. Like, I've never seen a cop admit that, like, just so. I feel terrible for her, and I definitely feel terrible for this kid and the family and his family. It was a mistake, no doubt about it. Being a cop has that level of accountability, though. And when you kill someone you're not supposed to, yeah, you're gonna have to pay. But Frank, making a mistake as like grabbing the wrong weapon, like I said, you and I have pressed imaginary clutches. It's a bad human phenomenon. No, I'm not saying.
I'm sorry.
How is it different?
You're comparing apples to oranges.
How is it different?
I'm going to play a video, okay, and then we're going to answer this one.
Dominant, not so dominant.
Right.
Huge weight difference,
I've heard about
guys. I don't understand how we can mistake a taser for a gun or a gun for a taser. If you're in the heat of the moment and you do something like that, you shouldn't be doing this job, because nobody likes a bad cop more than a good cop. I can tell you that straight up. I'm not going to put my life on the line to try and, fix your stupidity and deal with, restoring the peace with my public that I serve just because of your stupid action.
Now, Frank, did you read the article? Did you read the article I shared?
We lost the video, but it's okay.
No, I got it. I got the point. Did you read the article I shared?
Which one?
The same one where you pulled that picture for the story.
I read part of it. Yeah, I did.
How many times in the past have cops accidentally shot their gun instead of used their taser? Did you read it?
I don't remember the amount of times exactly.
16.
Okay,
16
then you know what?
times in the last 10 years. No, so it's not that it's rare, but it's happened. It's happened. So I'm going to go back to your point, though. I'm just trying to show you why this is possible. But I agree with you, and even the article agrees with you if you read it. Training.
Right.
Training.
Right. No, right. I mean, I did read the article. It's not that I didn't, but I did. And I mean, it's complete lack of training. I mean,
lack of training. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I remember the story. It said that police officers, they receive an extensive amount of firearm training, but they receive a insufficient amount of taser training. And so if cops are being trained to use and pull out their firearms so much, I mean, that can speak to the fact that it's almost automatic reaction for them to grab their gun when they should be grabbing their taser. I mean, we could dissect this issue a million different ways. And yeah, it all comes down to training. It all comes down to training. So, they need to maybe start upping the taser training. I don't know. I mean, I can't speak for Minnesota policing, but they're not doing a good job.
No, Minnesota policing is
they're
out of
developing
control.
a pretty bad rap pretty quickly. So I don't know. But
Hey, Rob.
Rob,
Just we actually were just talking about the Minnesota shooting.
mhm.
On the lack of training there was for whatever the lady's name is. I can't
Potter.
remember her name.
Potter. Yeah.
Potter.
Potter.
So that's where we're at with that. That's been the basis of it. So we're there. I mean, we are in agreement that it's lack of training.
It's lack of training. It's a terrible incident, and yes, she needs to be dealt with, and I believe she is. I mean, like I said, she's already got a jumpsuit on, and it's pretty clear. She even admitted it on camera, like within seconds. She admitted, "I shot him." Like, I'm sure she's going to do some time for this, and on we go. On we go. The police in Minnesota need more training. And hopefully these things will get better. Josh, are cops supposed to be expected to be perfect? Doctors could be, yeah. And I get where Josh is going. I said this once, Frank. I believe I said in another episode. I can't remember exactly what the topic of conversation was, but what did I say? I said, if anything, whenever you have anything run by people, mistakes are bound to happen, and cops are no different. Cops, like Josh said here, doctors, people just make mistakes.
Yeah, but you know what?
They can't afford it. They can't afford it. And no, as a society, we should not just shrug our shoulders and be like, okay, it was a mistake. I get it. But these things are going to happen. These things are going to happen, and they're unfortunate. And again, I'm not putting this 150% on the cop. Stop resisting arrest. He'd be alive today if he had just gone on with the process. He'd be alive. Nobody's going to argue that. And if you do, you're an idiot. He'd be alive. He'd be alive. So I don't want to hear this nonsense about, the cop. Yeah, she screwed up. No one's going to doubt. No one's going to argue that. Don't resist arrest. Stop. Just go with it. You're either going to be cleared or you're not. In his case, he had a warrant. So he knew it. He panicked. He freaked out. He ran. He wanted to get in his car. And boom, he escalated the situation. It was volatile. And it turned out tragic.
Yeah, but I mean, to Rob's argument right now, it's the military is held to a perfect standard.
And when and when you screw up in the military, you get the tribunal, just like she's got a jumpsuit on. So I mean, even in the military, I mean, those are high stress positions, high stress jobs, and it's an incredible demand to expect anyone who does any of those things to be perfect. Kudos to those who do. We are people. We are humans. Unfortunately, shit happens. So I don't know what Rob means by different standard. If he can elaborate between what and what.
Between the military and the police. That's as far as the level.
Now, Rob, it ain't BS, man. Would he be alive today or not? Tell me. He'd be alive. We wouldn't be talking about this story had he not resisted. Don't give me that. Don't give me that. So, I'm not gonna let that part slide. But yeah, Frank, I agree with you. I mean, and like I said, the story said it. Other cops have said it. They're very undertrained with the tasers. So I'm gonna safely say that cops are trained to just. They're automatically like they're what's the word I'm looking for? Their I guess initial reaction, their naturally quick reaction is to reach for their firearm. And even in this case where I believe she didn't want to, but she did. And so, and yes, like you said, Frank, of all places and at the worst possible time in Minnesota.
No, in Minnesota. I mean, just you couldn't have it any worse, But the story came. There's another story out there that actually came to light. I guess it was this week or late last week. You know, of a lieutenant in the army.
Oh, I saw that.
He got pulled over.
Yeah, I saw that
by Virginia police.
Right.
And Rob, I sent you the link via messenger. He got pulled over. Let's see, where are we here? Okay, sorry about that. So this guy got pulled over.
Yep, I saw it.
For a felony violation.
Right, and I'm still trying to figure out what was the felony.
They couldn't see his tags.
That's a felony?
Yeah.
I guess it depends on the state. I'm not going to question that. That. Wow. All right. Okay. So, I mean, all right. See, now this is where my lack of LEO information and experience comes in. And hopefully if somebody in the comment section wants to honestly provide info, remove your jadedness and just inform us. Does a felony stop require that much aggression? It just, I mean, he had his hands out. He was. All right, we could play a little bit of the video. He complied in every which way except one. He didn't get out of the car. And
hold on. Let me play a little bit of the video here. So
yeah.
So we all understand
Thanks,
what went on.
Yep.
Traffic stop at BP.
I hate cop videos. They're so damn noisy. They got like a million keys. All right, so right now he has no idea what's going on.
Right. They haven't said anything to him.
All right, so.
How many occupants?
All units 1013, 804, 803, felony stop. 18 Windsor, 1 East Windsor.
Oh, he did, Josh. Okay.
Put your hands out the window.
But did they know that? Well, I guess it doesn't matter.
See your hands. How many occupants in the vehicle? How many occupants are in your vehicle?
You see, at no point here has the guy said
Open the door
that
slowly.
it's a penalty or anything else. He's just telling them, "Hey, open the door, get out."
So I'm following what Josh is putting up because he's putting up some info that even I wasn't aware of. And if any of that's true, I mean, I don't know how they would know he had a gun on his lap. So I still have to go by the fact that they just pulled him over for the tag and following someone for several miles. I don't know how dark that place is. I know I've been pulled over and I've, signaled with my hand to the police pulling me over. I'm going to go in a certain direction so you can have this transaction with me in a much safer spot. Well, I know cops lose their patience after some distance, so I don't know.
Yeah, but
miles can be an issue.
I'm going to tell you the problem here lies,
Right.
that I see is the guy, right. Caesar hit the guy. He claimed he wanted to be in a lit area afterwards. Legit reason.
And
I agree with that.
Would do that. Yeah.
Now the guy, this lieutenant kept on telling him, "Hey, why am I being pulled over? Why am I being pulled over?" I mean, you see it here.
Keep your hands outside the window.
Watch. He's asking.
Keep your hands outside the window. Get out of the car now. Get out of the car now.
Here his hand.
He's got two guns. He's got two guns aimed at him. I probably wouldn't get out either. That's scary as hell.
That's what I'm going to do. I don't know, babe. Get out of the car.
So Frank, pause for a second.
Now.
So
stop right there. This is one issue I do have right here. I remember years ago when I first moved up here, I got caught in a speed trap, I guess. And I asked questions and they straight up told me, we won't answer anything until you sign the ticket. And I started thinking after that, I'm like, isn't it supposed to be the other way around? And I'm trying to understand, but see, maybe I'm wrong. And I kind of wish I knew how this is supposed to work, but I think the cops are supposed to explain to you why you're being pulled over. This whole nonsense about get out, don't worry about it, get out. That confuses people. And it scares them, especially when you look at your rear view and you see you got barrels pointed at you. I mean, cops I know are supposed to be protect and serve, but like I said before, they're human. And, I would freeze too.
But hold on.
I'd probably freeze if I knew I had barrels pointed at me and I'm being pulled over and I'm like, what the hell? What did I do? I have no idea what I've done.
Look,
there's got to be more communication. Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you what happened to me. Actually, it was around your neck of the woods. I mean, we're talking about this must have been 1997, 98.
Right.
All right. I was driving back towards Texas.
Uh-huh.
I stopped off in Tampa to go to see some friends. I spent the night.
Right.
On my way out, I take off. Mind you, I had a car that I had just bought. I had
so you had that paper tag or whatever.
Right. I had the paper tags.
All right.
Okay. I saw it started to rain. I pulled the paper tag off because it gets wet, it gets ruined, it's gone. And I put it on the rear windshield.
Mm-hmm.
Well, lo and behold, it falls off the rear windshield.
Oh.
I make a U-turn.
Right.
On a street because I missed the entrance ramp. I made a U-turn. Next thing I know, I get pulled over.
Right.
I'm there just patiently waiting. Like, what did I do? I knew I wasn't speeding. I knew, So next thing is there's 4 or 5 cops.
Okay, so you're shedding some light here. This was a felony stop?
At the time, I didn't know that.
Okay, so see, maybe something needs to happen here. You were probably like, "What the hell?"
The cop came at me, gun drawn, and I looked at him and said, "What's the problem?"
So this may actually be standard procedure then.
And he's like, "Do you know you don't have any plates on your car?" I said, "Yes, I do."
Look at that. You actually got an explanation though. But wait, were you out of the car when he explained it to you?
No, I was still in the car.
See, major difference, man. This right here is huge. This right here could have saved everybody in that video a ton of trouble.
Well, one of the other things I did, I was very forthcoming with them. I said, "Look, I have a gun in the car." Next thing you know is there's a gun in the car. I had another cop come around, and I'm like, "Dude, my hands are right here. My hands are literally on the steering wheel."
Yeah.
So, and they're like, "Where's the gun?" I'm like, "The gun's in the trunk. It's in a bag." Oh. So, I gave him my military ID, my driver's license.
You cooperated. Okay.
Right. I mean, I cooperated. I mean, there was no reason
you said something crucial.
You
see, exactly. They gave you an explanation, man. Once you understand what is going on, you're willing to work with the police. They have a right. First, they have a right to approach in a very defensive and freaked out manner if it's a felony stop. And the fact that you mentioned and you were honest that you had a gun, that again, they're going to get into high alert, but they still took the time to explain it. And by doing so, you cooperated every step of the way and it worked out. These clowns didn't. And so,
right.
I can't fault the soldier in the car. That's absurd. And I hate it when the police do that. Explain to me what's going on. I'll work with you. Now, it doesn't always work that way, though. I'm sure these people, there's enough stories out there where you've got all sorts of hostility toward the cop. Yeah, they're coming for me now. I'm sure they'll give me an explanation at the door. But cops, listen, the more I hear about cop stories, though, the more I just ponder what they have to put up with. Look, I found a story here, just so you understand why I'm not the type to just go pouncing on cops all the time. We have too many armchair cops in this country who they see 5 seconds of a video and all of a sudden they're like the ultimate righteousness, and you'd swear they were cops for 20 years when they start critiquing everything they see. And I think that's a load of garbage. So we have a story here from New Mexico. I didn't put it in the sheet in time, but I found it because this happened just, I think, 4 days ago or something. You know, cop pulls over some guy in New Mexico, and he basically there was an exchange, and dude, bottom line is the guy turned around, grabbed a gun from his car, killed the cop. Dude, he's dead. Killed the cop. And now
I heard about that.
Right. So you see, here's my issue, Frank. So this cop, according to what society thinks we should be doing or what cops should be doing on a routine stop, is dead. Is dead. Where do we draw the line, Frank? Where do we draw the line?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? I was reading Josh's comment.
Like this cop, according to what society cries about what cops should be doing on routine stops, is dead. He's dead. What are we supposed to do? What should we be asking them to do? I mean, there's no it's they can't seem to do anything right. Even, and if they do, either it goes smoothly like it did for you after all that commotion, or you end up dead.
Well, I've had different, instances with cops.
I mean, yeah,
some good, some bad. I do agree that a cop, regardless of race,
I'm not even getting into that nonsense.
No, right.
Miss
But
me with
regardless,
Go on.
regardless, has to approach any situation as a volatile.
As a who?
No, not volatile.
The volatility, you mean?
Right. You guys. Yeah, he has to come up with his guard.
Of course.
I'll give you an example. This happened about maybe 6-7 years ago. I made a right turn on a red light. I didn't see the sign. I wasn't really from the area. I missed it. Cop pulls me over. I had dark tints on my car.
Mm-hmm.
He came up to the car. He goes, "You know why I'm pulling you over?" I said, "No." He goes, and
actually, that's not true.
His next thing to me was, he goes, "Can you please roll down the rear window?" I was like, "Okay." I didn't have a problem doing it. And then whatever, we got into what happened. I was like, "Look, I didn't know. I didn't get no ticket. Nothing happened. No harm, no foul." But he approached me in a decent way, but also protecting himself in the sense of, "Hey, roll down the window. I want to see what's there." Because you know what? You could not see in my car. I mean, he pulled me over at night, which was even worse, because if during the day you can't see, you can barely see, at night you're not going to see.
You criminal.
Yeah, you criminal. So I agree. Cops have to approach situations on how they have, but once you get a feel for it, already the outcome of what's going to happen.
You know what? I don't know if I can agree with that much. I mean, you can get a feel. Look, Potter had a feel for it. 26 years in the force. She's in jail now. I don't know if you get a complete feel for it.
Potter had lack of training. Potter didn't know what the fuck she was doing. I'm sorry.
Right, but I mean, if we go by what you're saying, she should be out. She should be fine. I don't think so, man. I think cops.
Potter
and let me ask you a question, Frank. I was thinking about this also. I'm going to give you a hypothetical. As a soldier, I know you said you never really got sent out, but just help me, man, because I think this is kind of what cops are experiencing now. And I'm gonna be honest with you, the way these things are happening, or the way cops are being perceived and treated, this is only going to get worse. Here's let me help me out.
Come out. Just to answer my brother,
20
years is a lot of training because she's been on duty for 20 years. But you know what? Tasers have been out for much less time. Yes, she is a trainer, Carlos. I get it. I'm not.
Both good points.
Okay, I'm not condoning. I'm not saying, hey, she's right, because she wasn't. It was very lack of training. All right, that she's the trainer. She shouldn't be the trainer, because I'm sorry. It goes back to that video that I first showed. Okay, your dominant hand, you have your gun. Your non-dominant hand, you have everything else. In this case, it's a taser.
The
Because I
automatic
know for
car,
a fact,
no clutch.
but it, again, but it doesn't matter. But you know what? No clutch. But you know what? I'm still hitting the left side. But I'm still hitting the left side. I'm not hitting the gas. I'm hitting the clutch. No clutch, no big deal. Clutch, great. Gas, Carlos. When I carry my gun, I keep it where? I keep it on my right side. Why? Because that's my dominant hand.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Why?
Well, you won't.
It's
That's all
easier
you
to
wear,
grab.
though. That's all you wear. I don't know if it
It
was in
doesn't
that
matter
article.
whether
I don't know if
it's
it was
all
in
I
that
wear or
article
not.
I sent you. I mean, the amount of things cops carry, it's kind of ridiculous. Like sprays, tasers, guns. I mean, Batman would be jealous.
But again, you have it on your dominant side is where you have
Yeah.
your gun.
No. I'm
Everything
not,
else
yeah.
goes on the left or behind.
I'm not going to argue with that point. But again, you can tell the whole thing was a mistake. And I'm going to say it again. Resisting raises volatility, and that's when bad shit happens. Period. Frank, let me ask you a question. I'm going to throw you a hypothetical. And I just kind of want you to work with me because I kind of think that this is where we are with the cops. And honestly, at this rate, I'm going to predict that there's going to be plenty more incidents like this. Frank, as a soldier, if I sent you to war and I told you, hey, when you get out there, if it moves, kill it. Would you feel that you effectively go out there and do your job?
Yeah.
Okay. If I sent you out to country X and I said, listen, it's a rescue mission. Don't kill anyone. Just try to find this person and bring him back. Could you do your job effectively?
I don't see why not.
Cool. If I sent you to country X and I said, all right, we're going to be dealing with this.
You mean why? Because you already sent me to country X.
Right. Country X. And when you get there, we're in a war. You're going to fight the soldiers, but I need you try to avoid civilians. Don't go out at this time. And when you do, you can't hit this person. But when you see these people, if you try to hit them in the arm, it's good. Try not to hit them in a severe spot. As I pile on the rules of war for you, do you think you'll be able to effectively do your job? No. And don't even try to pretend. Don't try to pretend to me that you would. And so my point is,
I'm not going to sit here and pretend.
yeah.
But
So my point is this though. I think this is where we are with cops, and I'm not making excuses. I just think this is a state of mind that they deal with, and it gets worse every day. With every one of these incidents, there's more criticism. There's more. I guess criticism is the best word. So they have more to worry about. They become more paranoid about how they do things and who they do and who they not do. When you have that much going on, man, I can't see how anybody could effectively be a cop. But I don't have an answer to how you fix that because, again, cops are there to protect. So naturally, they are also given the power to take a life when necessary. And of course, when things go bad, there's a severe price to pay, but they're scrutinized so much on their process and how they do things. And then, of course, you deal with bad cops, the idiot cops who deserve to be punished. They're not making the good cops' lives any better. And then there's this amount of pressure. And then, unfortunately, you do have good cops that screw up, and then they get caught in the web too. It's just a phenomenon and a state of mind that I think our police are heading down. Oh, not to mention that their own governments are now criticizing them, removing their funding. So they're not being supported. And they feel that every day when they suit up and go out there. I can't fathom the amount of garbage that has to go on in a cop's head every day. And I mean, I'm just putting a perspective out there. You can give me your thoughts on what I just described. And I used you because you've been trained to deal with intense situations. So I figured, let me pile it on Frank and just see what he thinks. And I got exactly what I wanted. When I painted you that last scenario, you froze because you were like, what the hell?
No,
but go ahead. Elaborate.
I'm trying to understand, or I'm trying to picture the scenario in my head.
Right. I mean, you go out there, you got your gun, you know there's going to be enemy fire, and I've given you 50 rules to follow while you're out there. So one of two things is going to happen. One of three things. Either you're an absolute badass and you'll succeed, even though yeah, of course you are. You know, you're an absolute badass and you'll succeed. Which I mean, the stakes are against you, but if you do, props. You're going to get killed because you're worried about way too many things, or you're going to screw up and you're going to get in trouble. And I think this is where we are with the police. And it's only going to get worse. I don't see this getting any better because, again, you have politicians who love to take the opportunity to rag on a cop who screws up for their own political gain. You have armchair cops out there all over America who see 5 seconds of anything and declare they know the entire incident and why it happened. And then you've got, you know, even within the force, you got good cops getting out bad cops, and it's a mess, man. I just talking about it is swelling my brain.
Look, the one thing I can tell you about this, you know, is that there is a lot of good cops out there.
Absolutely.
I think there's more good cops than bad cops.
Oh yeah, and I still support him. In fact,
I support. You know, I know.
You're an idiot if you don't support him. I mean, I'll be honest with you. If you don't support him, who do you when someone kicks your door down and they're trying to like murder your family? Who are you going to call? A protester?
Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Don't give me this nonsense about getting mad about Back in the Blue. They're still going to protect you, and your brave ass is still going to call 911 when shit goes down. So don't want to hear that either. If anything, they need more support. They're not getting any. They're not getting enough funding. They're not getting support from politicians. They're not getting it from their mayors. And of course, our media does a great job of vilifying them. So, and yet they're still tasked with protecting us, and they have to do it right. Like, let me throw more eggshells under your shoes while you do your job. This is not going to end well. And I'm calling it now. There'll be more. There'll be more. The more we continue to pile on these cops, the more we continue to scrutinize, and the more they get negative support from everybody in the public because armchair cops want to just scream and holler when shit goes down, it's going to get worse. You cannot perform that kind of high tense job at an effective level when all that crap is going on. Just like you couldn't do it as a soldier if I put you out in the field and gave you a rule book that was a Bible thick. You wouldn't do it. So I'm just saying.
It's all about training and knowing what. No,
again,
I mean,
a woman, 26 years on the force, and she killed someone. It's not always training. I agree with you. Listen, don't get me wrong, man. More training is always better. Let me make sure you understand that I agree. I do agree, but it's not impermeable. It's not it's infallible. That's the word I want to use. It's still going to happen, and yet these we're not helping. Bottom line, we are as a society are not helping at all. At all. We're aggravating the situation, and more cops are either going to kill somebody or end up like this poor chap in New Mexico who got his head blown off because he was doing things the way society would appreciate cops doing when they pull people over. It's crap. I've spoken. So that's it. That's my 2 cents on this whole matter, man. I'm done.
Again, I think lady could have done a better job, but we'll leave that like that. I mean, this is an argument that we could have all day.
It is because it's a complex situation. There's no absolute right to this, but something has to be done. And all I'm saying is the road we're going on, where we're elevating scrutiny and criticism on cops, is not helping. And don't get me wrong. Let me make sure I'm clear. Bad cops need to be dealt with. Good cops need to red out bad cops. All right. We need to remove the field of bad cops. They're out there. No question. But good cops are suffering too. Yeah. And they're going to keep suffering more and more the more we keep doing what we're doing. And that's it.
Yeah. You're right. I can't disagree with you on that one.
Of course not.
No. I mean, again, we're we could argue this every day, all day, till we're blue in the face.
That's fine.
But until something's done,
But what? Yeah, I mean,
correct.
I'm not going to ask
know,
what that something is. We'll be here till
look,
Sunday.
Look, number one, it's not defunding the police.
Yeah,
That's for sure. Okay,
Idiots.
I'm not even going to get into that because that's
idiots.
That's
I'm
just
sorry.
a stupid term. I
Morons.
mean, we could agree that is a dumb term to use.
I mean, they're getting called terrorists now. I've heard some of these politicians in Washington.
No. I mean, I don't.
Oh,
Again. You have a couple bad apples. The bad apple is falling for the rest.
yes.
Okay. What could be done? I don't know. But
I don't know either. I mean, we'll eventually figure it out. We'll figure it out. But what I am going to say one last time, what we're doing now is only aggravating the problem. And I promise you, we're going to have a bunch of shows between now and the end of this year full of cop killings or cop shootings because of this, what I described. Just mark my words. I called it on Packing the Court. I'm calling it on this too, which is a terrible prediction, but I'm certain it's going to happen.
I hope not.
I would hope not. Of course, I definitely want to be wrong. This time, I would absolutely love to be wrong, but I don't think I'm going to be.
All right. No, Carlos. That's why I said defunding the cops.
Oh no, Carlos!
It's
You're going down that road, Carlos.
No. We already went into the military policing stuff in the streets. I think we spoke about that maybe the first or second show. Something crazy like that. But hey, guys, look. If you guys like what you heard, you're liking what you're seeing. You know what? Give us a share. Give us a like. Share it with anybody. Tag whoever you want. Tag friends of a friend. Tag people that were friends with me that no longer want to talk to me. Bring them on the show. I'd love to see them. So I can tell them to kiss my ass.
I do think, Frank, we should maybe. I know we kind of tossed it out there. If we can have somebody with some LEO experience to kind of break stuff down. Because, I mean, you and I are just observers. That's all we are.
Yeah.
We are observers and receivers of information, and we digest it and, we talk with our friends here in the comment section about our thoughts. But I think something that too many people in this country are lacking, and this is my final thought so we can sign off. Way too many people are lacking the realities of what exactly cops deal with, what they think, the things they worry about. And if we can somehow get in touch with somebody who's willing to share a little time to just break it down so our listeners can just at least hear it from the horse's mouth. And, put some perspective on it.
Yeah, I tried reaching out to see if I could get some LEO out here.
Yeah.
But I kind of get it. I understand. It's hard to get them to come on.
I mean, they got images, they got images to worry about. There's jobs. I get it.
Maybe I could, maybe we could find one, and just kind of.
You might have to mask them, like put them in a dark room where there's a silhouette.
Yeah.
And they have a voice like this when they talk about what they're dealing with.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah. I mean, hey, listen, I have a voice change. I have a voiceover control, so I could always change his voice. So.
Real quick, I'm noticing some comments here. This will be the last thing. Hopefully, I know some of you saw the crypto show last week. For those of you who were on the Doge train today, congrats. I was. Listen, real quick, not financial advice, but there's a strong emotional wave going toward crypto. Do your research. Again, invest what you're willing to lose, but go ahead and invest. I mean, whoever was on that Doge train today, you nailed it. And I'm still holding. So who knows? I think it's going to keep going. That's it, though.
I took my winnings. I took my winnings off Doge. All right, and I left my investment. So at the end, I still grow.
Yeah, you know what, Frank? Sit on it. I mean, if Doge tanks, let's say it goes back down to 20 cents, go back in. All right, you have the same amount you had before. It cost you less, and then whatever you want to keep from that, just it's in the bank. So
exactly,
and that's how you learn to play with crypto. Little by little, man. We'll make an investor out of you, brother.
Yeah, right. But hey, look, like I was saying before, you like what you hear, tag it, share it. All right, just tag it, share it. I don't care who you share it with. I don't care who you tag it with. Make sure they like our page. All right, there's a lot more things coming. I know we've only had just, us and guests and just the plain show. We're gonna come up with an intro soon enough that you're all gonna love and enjoy. Dodge is on the move again. But anyways,
we'll get into that later. All right.
Yeah. That's I just saw it come on my phone. But hey, give us a like, give us a share. You might not agree with what we're speaking, or you might agree with what we're speaking. But you know what? Carlos and I are gonna always speak it real. See you next
night,
Friday.
everybody. Have a great weekend. Stay safe.
Hi, my name is Zach LaPlante. Have you ever imagined about starting your own podcast or radio show to voice your opinions and share your passions with others? You think to yourself, how would I even start something like that? I don't have any equipment or any experience whatsoever. Well, look no further. The folks at Clovercrest Media got you covered. Clovercrest Media Group is home to over 30 individual podcasts, like Divide We Stand, I'll Piss You Off Shortly, Speaking It Real, and so much more. At Clovercrest, our sound engineers only believe in the best sounding audio quality, and their expertise will make your podcast sound professional and pleasing to your viewers. As a media group, we are obliged to every type of media available, including, but not limited to, video, audio, photography, and digital media marketing, as well as live streaming, and so much more. As we say here at CMG, the harder we work, the luckier we'll get. To jumpstart your podcast or program, go to clovercrestmedia.com and get to recording today.